purpose of this series is to help beginner and intermediate players improve their skills as quickly as possible. We'll establish rules and best practices to help us make decisions. For the first level, I've created a new account and we will focus strictly on 1-point matches. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so we're blue here. They start with the 6-1, 6-3. Okay, so here we want it whenever they have, so we have 6-3. We could go 3 and then 6. But of course, when there's a prime, we want to jump out of it. And what I call a prime is anything 3 in a row or more. It starts really limiting your numbers to be able to get out. So one of our habits is going to be always escape a checker if you can. 3-6 is exactly what we want, and there's no other choice really. Okay, double 5s here. This is, there's nothing really else we could do. So we hit twice. It's actually really great. So after we hit twice, it looks like this. They have 2 on the bar. There's no way they can hit this. Actually, double 4s would hit it, but that's 1 roll out of 36. So this is great. We don't have a lot more ammunition to kind of fill this out. You know, because you need 2 checkers for here, 2 checkers for here, 2 checkers for here. All we have to build with is this and this. So we're not sitting pretty is what I mean. We're going to have to try and get more builders down, fill up some of these things to kind of buy us more time while they're on the roof, or escape and try to make a stable kind of exit plan. The biggest problem is this checker on the 1. Okay, so it's our turn. So for 1, we can make this point again. And that's very important because that's 6 away from this guy. So they came in with 1. So if we don't do this, they can hit us with 5-6 and 4-6. And not that that's the worst case in the world, but you don't want to get hit when they have prime. And basically, this is going to make it hard for them. So that's definitely the move to go. Yeah. Even you can hit again. Oh, yes, you might be considering, oh, why don't I hit again? And that's just, this other move is just more powerful, right? This, like, if we already had 4 points in this board and then hit another one, it might be more convincing, but just hitting it again, it's not realistic. They're going to come in, and then we're just going to be in less of a good situation. Making this 8, it's real estate is what I call it. When you make points, we want to make new points. Making new points is usually better than hitting loose. Hitting loose is when you hit and you just leave a blot there, especially because they can hit it back. Okay, let's go back to this log. Okay, so this is a perfect one because we can move. We had this roll before, 3-6, so then we're going to go back here and make this 15. This lets us escape a checker, and now that we're winning the race, we want to play safe. Okay. Remember, we're only playing 1-point games. We don't care about gammons. I don't care if you guys know what gammons are yet. Okay, so here, what do? We're still up in the race. We're still playing safe. We could hit with this 1, or we could hit with this 4, hit loose. We don't want to do that. We want to play it safe. 13-8. Because unless white does something crazy and hits us, then we're going to be sitting pretty. Okay, 5-1. I made a mistake here. So here I went 13-8, 6-5, when I should have gone 8-2. Now 8-2 is going to have less. 8-2 is the safer one to hit. Can you see why that's safer to hit? Because when they're coming in, the only way they can hit your blot on the 2 is if they roll a 2. Okay? If you have a blot here, they're going to hit us with any 5. So that's already a tie. But then they can also hit us with this one. They could hit with 85, then they can hit us with 4-1. They can hit us with 4-3. Like we come in on the 4, and then this guy hits us with the 3. So it's more chances. So that's why this is safer. We want to be safe when we're ahead. Don't mess with it. Okay, it so happens that they hit us. And they would hit us with either one because it's a 5-2. But 6-4, what do we want to do? We want to escape. This is the perfect number to escape. Even if this was 4-5, I would be coming out. We got to get out of there. So now what's the race? because after the hit, it's a little bit closer. We're still ahead. We still want to be safe. 6-2. We still want to be safe. We could hit here with a 6 and then a 2. That's crazy though. And we got to look at what their situation is when we were assessing risk. So not only do we want to be safe because of our race, we want to be safe because if we get hit, it's potentially game ending because we won't be able to get out of this prime. This is very well situated. And this 1-2, these spares are nice and pretty. This is like, once you play a lot of backgammon games, you'll notice what shapes look good. It's a good looking shape. So he's going to be able to make the 22, big 23, and then it's like a jail. You can't, it's Alcatraz. So 8-2, we're just going to play it safe. And the only way we can do that is 8-6 and 8-2. Right? We don't care about leaving this guy here because there's no white checker on the board. We're not forced to hit them if we don't want to. So now with the 2-1, we still want to play safe. We want to clear our back checkers. 15-13, 3-2. You can go 2-1, but that's just, it's, see, look how bad that is. 6 to, so it's better to stay spread out in your home board. It's more efficient for getting the checkers off. It's probably, I need to come up with a better way of explaining why that is. But for now, just keep them spread out. It's better for the race. And we care about the race because it's a close race and we're only up by 10. Okay, if this was 20 or 30, we'd care less. And also, we're not planning on hitting white, so we don't want to pick up that blot. 4-1. Okay, here, I went 8-3, but what did I just say? Are we planning on hitting white? No, we're not planning on hitting white. It's a small error, but what would be better is 8-4, keeping it spread out in your home board, what I've just been talking about, and 8-7 moving forward. I wonder if 6-5 was a good option too. Yeah. Okay. These are all close. Just, I should have not been thinking about making that point. Not a big deal. Okay. Here's another one. So now we're just, what's our plan? We're up in the race, but no, we're behind the race. How are we behind the race? Oh, they got a double 6. Okay, so the double 6 changed everything. Now we're behind in the race. We still don't have much chance to hit them, right? Because what's going to happen is at some point, all they need to do is roll like a 4-5 or a 6 with another 4-5 or a 6, or double 2s, and then they're home free. So what we're going to try and do is make the best board we can. So when they do, if we do hit them, get a chance, and if we do hit them, we win the game more often in those cases. That's what we can do to play better, to keep our error rate down. That's our mission. Okay, so we went 13-11 and 8-5. So we're setting it up to try and make a new point in here. That's great. Okay, double 2s. Are we up in the race? No. If we were up in the race, we would clear from the back, right? But when we're behind in the race, we stay back. We stay back because it's opposite of what the opponent would want. So we're going to make the 5 point and slot the 4, just like that. They got a 5-4. Remember what I just said? They're going to do that. Now it's just a straight race, okay? This is what we're thinking about. We've lost contact. There's no more contact. There's no way anyone could hit anyone. So what do we do here? We try to get home and try to keep things spread out, and then maybe we just get lucky. So 13, it's not going to make much of a difference what you do, because either way we do it, they're going to be spread out. So 15-6 is what I did, 15-9 and 7-4. It doesn't really matter that you make this one, but I guess it's just, slightly better in terms of how spread out it is. These are kind of you can't really go wrong here. So again, it's just here with the 4-2, we're just bringing one checker in. Instead of going 7-3 and 11-9, What I will say is when you're thinking about spreading out, the spread outness of these top three pips in your board mean a lot more than the spread outness down here. I know spread outness is not a word, but we're going with it, okay? So keep it spread out. Make sure these guys are even. You don't want a big pile on your 6 or your 5. Those numbers are going to mean more to the race efficiency. Okay, so here 4, 5, I definitely want to take off with that 5 because I have a 4 here. And if I take off with the 4, I'll have a gap. So when we're talking about bearing off, I might have a bear off specific video, just everything you need to know about bearing off. Actually, I probably can handle it here. So you don't want gaps. So the number one thing we do is we call it greedy bear offs, and you want to take off as many checkers as you can each time. Okay, there are like super rare exceptions. We're not going to worry about those. We're going to take off. So we're taking one off for sure. And it's clearly better to take the one off the 5 or the 4 because we don't want to leave that hole. Okay? 5, 3, we take 2 off. 4, 1, we take 2 off. Now we got a hole, but we're taking 2 off. Double 3s. How many can we take off? Can we take off 4? Nope, but we can take off 3. These 2 are gone, and then boom, boom, the next one's gone. Double 3s again. Now we can't take off 3. We got to take off 2. These 2. Okay, 5, 3. This guy goes, and then move up. 3. Okay, so here we go. 1 off, 6 off, and then this is all automatic. Okay, so we won that one. So if you guys follow these rules, I swear you're gonna shoot up the rankings, right? I started in not too long. I got up to 1600. Let's go to another one that's a decent score. This one we lost. Here we go, 6-2. So 6-2, the opening is we split with the 6 and down with the 2. Those are written down all over the internet. So I'm not going to go through all of them. I have a video on mastering the opening moves. It's a good one to watch. Okay, so now 6-1. We're going to hit on the opposite side of the board almost always. Okay, so here we have the chance to hit there. We're going to do it right away. Here I made a mistake. Oh, I could do the double hit, which is kind of a scary looking thing to go 8-5, 6-4. Or what I did, because I'm ahead in the race, was to be safe, and I went 18-15, and I made a new point. Okay, if we're following my rules, which I was trying to play like I'm following these rules. So this is an advanced play. I don't want you guys doing this at the wrong time. So it's fine to do my play, okay? As far as these habits go, we'll get to these advanced cases much later. Because that's, I don't want to say go ahead and do double tiger. They call us double tiger. It's a pretty cool nickname, but make sure you're ready for it. Okay, 6-5. What can we do? This is the original Lover's Leap, right? We can escape. That's exactly the best thing to do. Is there anything we could have done with this guy? We could have gone 6-9, 9-4, hit loose. But we're up in the race, and we're ahead in the race. We don't want to do that risky thing, okay? Especially since they have more points than us in their board, and they have an anchor. Us hitting them on the 4 loose is going to do absolutely nothing, and we'll still have this guy all the way back here. So definitely run at this case. Okay, we come in with double 1s. I made an error here. Put the guy here. What did I do? I moved up 8-7, all 3 of them up there. It would have been better to come in on 24, move up 1, and then go 11-10. Not a huge deal. Either way, none of these habits is going to help explain that. Okay, double 5s. This guy's blocked. We really want to we want to get this guy home. So instead, we're going to keep this contact. We're going to bring these guys down here. This is another landing spot, and then making the 1 point. So I want to make the 1 point. Usually you don't want to make these points, but we want to get rid of this 5 stack. The option of going 13 to 8 to 3, some people might do that, but it's really, we got to worry about getting these guys home, at the end of every game. When they have an anchor here, you're going to have some pressure. It's going to be tough. You're going to need like a certain role. So like right now, if these were our last guys, if we didn't have this, we'd need like a 6-2 or doubles to come home safely if we just had 2 left there. But having the 8 as well, then it's like a 6, a 5, or a 2. So, and any combination of 2 dice of that, it's a lot more combinations. So this is just helping us come home safely. And we want to escape from the rear, clear our rear checkers first. So this all makes sense for that. Double ones, we don't have a lot of choices here. So I came up to 2, and then these come up 1 thing. We could have gone 11 to 9, but this is better because to get from 24 to 13, you need a 11. But from 22, it's only a 9. So there's more combinations of 9, of dice that make 9 than 11. And now 11s get us to this 11 as well. So that's a big mistake. Okay, 2-1, we're going to hit them for sure. We always hit on the other side of the bar. And everyone watching this would make that move. 22. Okay, so now they're on the bar. We still got to get this guy home. Boom, boom. Straightforward. Okay, so now what do? We're up in the race. Do we want to clear this last guy? So we're going to go 50. We run this guy all the way. He's here. Are we worried about him? No, because there's no checkers on the bar. We're not going to hit them. We just need to come home safely. And since we have these, we have a pretty good landing situation for these guys. So we're going to be okay. 5-4. Sometimes you could risk it and go 13-8, 13-9. We don't need to do that. I still have faith that we're going to be able to get a roll that's either a double or a 3, a 5, and a 6 combined. So for now, we can do something productive with our 5-4, which is make the 2-point. Okay, coming down is worse than 0.52. They didn't even show up, so I'm going to play it safe. Okay, so here we go. We got to play it safe again. This is a 5-2. This is not one of our perfect rolls. We don't want to risk it yet, but so this is not a good roll for us. So the safest thing we can do, the only thing we can really do, since 5s are blocked from this guy. If I'm going too fast for these rolls, you should just pause the video. I don't want to just have dead air for some thinking time too much. But here we go. I'm going 8 to 3 and 8 to 6. That's 2 checkers inside. It just keeps it clean. They don't have any direct shots. Here's a mistake though. Okay, again, we can't clear with this 3-1. We could clear this. We could go 7-6, 7-4, which is not the idea because that's going to hurt our landing spots. It's going to make it really sketchy. And especially with each roll, this position up here is getting worse. So definitely won't want to do that. Here we go. I went 6-3, 4-3, and instead I should have gone 6-3, 2-1, which leaves them a little bit more spread out. I thought maybe I'd have to hit them, so I wanted to clear that 4. I can't blame me for doing my play, obviously. 3-1 again. Now we have to do that thing I didn't want to do last time, because really there's nothing to do anymore. I don't have another 3 unless there's really no other option. You have to go 7-6, 7-4, right? Nothing. Breaking the 10-point would be the other one, but look how bad this is. A 5 in a row, right? This is game over if we get hit. Okay? So we absolutely cannot leave a shot. And we waited long enough, we got double 4s. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. 1 in every 6 roll is doubles, so if you have time, doubles will happen, right? So, I mean, it's all random, but probability. Okay, so and basically just like getting the feel of probabilities with dice is what backgammon is about. Just like can you make generalizations to kind of help you. We're running from the back, right? So 13 to 9, can't go any further. 10 to 6, it's an easy one. 6-1, okay? We don't want to be risky. Looks really scary. We're just going to have to bury a checker. So we go. This is called burying a checker when you're putting extra ones on the 1. 5-3. This is a great roll, right? We can successfully clear it. That's what we want to do. And now, okay, now it's bearing off. And when we're bearing off, there's like, we want to do greedy bear offs, but greedy bear offs are specifically for when there's no contact. When there's the contact, we got to figure out how scary is the contact. And right now, this is very scary contact. Like the punishment is huge if we get hit. The other side, like the fact that it's just on the 5 point, it's not really scary because like what rolls could possibly leave a shot? Just double 6s or double 5s. Everything else we can handle. So 5-3. What the trick is when we want to be safe because we have scary stuff here. So safe bear offs. We're going to try to make sure we have an even number of checkers on our high points, on our highest point. We're always trying to prepare to clear our highest point, and so in this case, it's 6-1-3 off is better than 6, yeah, and we're taking 1 off there. Okay, so with 4-3, we're taking 2 off here, 4 and 3, because that's safe enough. The other option would be to move 2 of these guys, but that's not really needed in this case. That's probably, it's 0.3. It's not game-breaking losing if you try to prepare to lose to skip that one, but the way I see it is we can take 2 off here and we're still very safe. There's no rolls that are going to make us leave a shot next roll, so might as well take 2 off. Like if you have, what roll could get us in trouble is like a 6-1, so then we'd have to take a 6 and then the 1 would be here, and then we'd have an odd number here. Then we would have to roll a 6-5. Okay, so it's pretty slim circumstances, so take 2 off. A 4-3 again, same reason was true last time is true this time, so take 2 off. 6-3, we have no choice, this is forced. 6-1, okay, so this is, we got screwed here. So 6 has to come off, and then what do you do with the 1? Okay, we could hit them. Is that good? Do we want to get hit? We definitely don't want to get hit. So 6-1 gives them 2 targets to shoot at, right? They can hit us with 3s and 5s, and even more things, like 4-1. So if we do a 6, if we take 1 off, like even if we don't hit them there, they're going to have 2 to shoot at. So we might as well take off another checker, okay? So if it's going to be similar, take a checker off, because it's not game over if we lose. At some point, we're going to get free, and maybe it'll be a race, and maybe we'll get double 6s or whatever. But it's slim. So we got hit, okay? So let's look at our odds. It's a 50-50 game right now, okay? So that might shock some people. Some people might be like, oh, you have 8 off, that's obvious. Other people might be like, well, you're never going to get out of this prime. You're never going to get out. But they've only got 1 checker, and we've got 8 off. So, you know, it's a good idea to check the winning percentages. I wish that was kind of visible on the screen all the time. It's going to be more important when we get into doubling, but for right now, let's keep it simple. Okay, so I have to come in, and that's my only play. 1-1, this is forced. So what I want to do, what I'm thinking about here is just reducing blots if I can, because if they somehow hit us, and so if they hit us with a 2, and then we come in with a 1 and hit them back, then they have a chance to hit this blot, and then we have 2 back there. Then all of a sudden, our winning chances are like 10%. So the only way this could get considerably worse for us is if they get another checker on the bar. Okay, so we don't have any choices. We didn't come in. We got 1-1. So yeah, there's no real choices. We're kind of stuck. This was pretty lucky to get a 6-1. So we come out there. So they call these hypergammon scenarios. Hypergammon is like a 3-checker version of backgammon, where it's really important to think about how many rolls are going to hit you next time. In this case, we didn't have a decision. 6-5 was forced, so we just had to roll. We got hit again, hit again, hit again, hit again. Can't come in, can't come in. Finally come in, and now we have no choice but to run. So I think we don't have any choice. We don't have any choice. I think we just lose this game. Yeah, so we lost the game. Big deal. But that was fun. So I'm going to end this video here. I'll make some more at this level about about 1-point matches, and hopefully this is useful. If you find there's something I'm not covering or something that's confusing, just hit me up in the comments, and hopefully you stick around and we'll do level 2 down the road. Okay, thanks.